All right, Oppenheimer, directed by the...
past tense?
Had? You've been married?
Yeah. I was 5 years old. It was crazy. No, it's a quote from the movie where like they were gonna like pick a city to bomb. And he's
joking.
like, "Open up there."
I'm joking.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? It was a big thing, and they were saying like that's not historically accurate, but it adds to like the tone of the film.
That's cool.
Austin, please read off.
No, I genuinely didn't. I didn't remember that.
Oppenheimer, directed by the one and only Christopher Nolan,
Okay.
starring Cillian Murphy,
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr.,
Come on.
and Emily Blunt.
Blunt.
Emily.
Emily
Blunt.
13 nominations.
Emily Bunny Blunts.
13
Is that the most?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's the most nominated film
Wow.
of the year.
Picture, director, cinematography, actor, supporting actress, supporting actor, film editing, production design, costume design, adaptive screenplay, makeup and hairstyle, sound, and original score.
It's
Damn,
gonna,
my voice
It's
changed.
gonna win at least
It really did.
8 of these.
8? Which ones?
It's gonna
Best
win.
Picture.
No, it's gonna win best director.
Crap,
Okay.
13.
It's gonna win best actor. It's
Yes,
gonna win best supporting actor.
Who? Robert?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
It's gonna win best
Editing?
costume design.
I give money for.
It's gonna win best sound.
cinematography. I think it has
You
a
think
strong
so?
shot.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it has a really strong shot because I think
Yeah.
the mixture between the black and white with the color, going back to original aesthetics for that time, the experimental shots,
Yeah.
all the like the technical challenge of documenting like the explosion. I know it was like a gas explosion compared to like
Yeah.
a hydrogen one or like whatever it was, but still
Point.
they captured it in a way that was super different than anybody else has captured. Like a nuclear explosion to put the audience in that place. You know, I think for what it did there in cinematography, and again being 3 hours long,
Yeah.
that challenge, it's fantastic.
I'm-
I would definitely put money there.
Also on the cinematography front, you know, Christopher Nolan, since The Dark Knight, has been a big advocate of IMAX film cameras. And
True.
What he and James Cameron have done to push the IMAX film format forward is
Forget about it.
Respect.
forget about it. No, yeah, respect to them, man, because they're pushing they're pushing the medium forward and they're pushing the technology. This, similar to Killers of the Flower Moon, created a film stock, an original IMAX film stock that was never used before this
Yeah.
film. And
The black and white, right?
to you be able to use the black and white.
Yeah.
On IMAX, you know, and IMAX 6-track. Oh no, that's for the sound.
70 millimeter dual laser
Maybe it was one of these. Anyways,
xenon single
film
laser.
stock, and they shot on 65 also for a good chunk of that film. But
Look at how many different aspect ratios they blend
I know.
together.
That's what I'm
think
looking
it's-
at, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, super just on a cinematography front.
Used
and-
all
I
of
didn't
it.
even
go to-
see it in IMAX. I saw it in 2351 because
No, but it all wasn't in 2351. In fact, if you look at all the ratios,
2351?
none of them were there.
So what was the?
Oh, there.
Yeah, 2351.
35 millimeter print. Yeah.
Yeah, that we saw it in 35. That's what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
saw it in 2351.
Yeah.
And the reason I know that is because 2351 is literally half of IMAX. You double 2351 to get the full IMAX image. So I know that when we saw it in 35, it was that, because when you see it in IMAX, you see it in 70 millimeter.
Well,
Anyways,
again, as far as like the challenges, intentionality, everything did. Oh my God. Okay, let's
yeah.
Spitfire ratings,
Yes.
and I'll just give my rating, and then we'll go on. Or Austin, please give your rating first.
Yeah, this is your pick, bro. The Nolan man.
Well, I know my voice changed right now. Is it going to change again?
Oh, it's because you read
Let's
off
see.
the
Let me see. Keep
nominations.
talking. So
It's 'cause you read
so-
off the nominations right now when
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
going to read off. You monster.
It's a 9.9 for me.
9.9.
I do think it's Nolan's best film.
No.
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
sure.
Yeah, I just haven't, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for it. I haven't seen Prestige or Memento yet. Those are the two I'm missing. I've heard really great things about both. Some people even have Prestige as his best.
What about Interstellar?
It's good, but this is better.
We get it. You're McConaughey in space. Shut up.
Nah, man. I've
No, it's a
seen,
terrific picture. I'm with you.
I've seen
Yeah, it's
Interstellar
great.
like 10 times. I don't think I'll see this a second time.
Dude,
Really?
I would
No, I'm not
revisit this
disrespecting it. I
so
love
many
it. I love
times.
it. But it's just not.
Oh, by the way, I know why, Cassidy. We'll get there. We'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
there.
go
But
for it.
9.9.
Yeah. Costume.
Oh,
I'll give it a soft 9.
soft 9.
Just because I don't understand how they got all like an all-star cast, dude. They got
Josh Peck
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that was an Oscar snub.
Josh Hartnett.
Josh
for his
Hartnett.
2
there's a
seconds of
lot
screen
them,
time.
dude. But
Oh Christ!
just for the main reason for Cillian Murphy.
Killian Murphy.
Cillian?
Killian.
No,
Cillian?
it's Cillian.
It's Killian,
It's Cillian,
jackasses. He's
It just
Irish.
depends where
It's
you're at.
Killian.
No, man, he's really good, man. I've seen him in a couple, and with
Yeah.
this one, he just...
You know which films I haven't seen? I'm
Which
kind of
one?
ashamed. The 28 Days Later films.
That's where the
That's
first
where you
time I
know.
saw him.
Yeah.
Really?
I've never seen him.
And he doesn't really talk. This was one of those...
Ian.
Killian.
Cillian.
Killian.
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 Anyway,
All right, so Cillian.
Anyways, yeah. He's gonna win for Best Actor.
Yeah, I'll give it a just a fast 9.0.
9.0.
Yeah.
you?
I'm at a 9.5. I think this film is extremely effective in the message it's trying to convey. It's extremely
Sorry about good biopics, right?
it's extremely cinematic. I think it goes deeper than a biopic. I think that what's really
Yeah.
great about Oppenheimer is that, believe it or not, as much of a blockbuster it is because it is. I think it is at its core. It's just exploring the human condition and how destructive we are, and we don't realize that. And the moral dilemma between that Robert J. Oppenheimer is going through is, what have I done? I am a destroyer of worlds.
Yeah.
And that's the arc. You know, the arc is essentially like I'm driving science forward.
Until
I'm
it's
like,
not his anymore.
fuck.
Until literally the thing he created
Is
is just
used
like, wait,
for-
where is that going? It's like, oh well, the government's taking it over. That's what this was all for. And it's like, oh, so it's gonna go be used?
Yeah. And
on
then
people?
you're not going to be warned for what?
Yeah.
This God particle of a thing that you created is going to be used for evil, whether you like it or not. And
Yeah. Oh
and
my
it's-
god. Even what's the president's name? The guy who played him?
The president.
Yeah, he's Commissioner Gordon. That guy.
Gary Oldman?
Gary Oldman.
Was it Gary Oldman?
I think it's Gary Oldman.
He's not in this film.
I don't think it is.
Are you sure that that's not Gary Oldman, the president? For
Nixon or not Nixon?
J.
Who was
Edgar
it? J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover.
Well, anyway, that scene, how heavy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just kind of like where he's like, it's weighing on me, like, because I unleashed this, and it's like, your name's not on the paper, like my name's on the fucking paper, like I'm the one deciding like where this is gonna land and what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So how about you get out of here with that whole thing? But
Yeah,
yeah,
kid, go back to your science lab set. You know, your
the whole
chemistry set
again,
or whatever.
the exploration of the human spirit.
Yeah.
As far as cinema goes, the exploration in storytelling, visual storytelling, it's fantastic. I love it. Even like the experimental scene, in the courtroom, or no, when they're interrogating him, and you see that scene where
The sex
Cillian
scene.
Murphy's just like naked
Sex
and all
scene.
that.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
By
stuff.
the way, Florence Pugh, man. I mean, it was a small role, but fantastic role as well. I personally liked that role better than the Emily Blunt role, if I'm being honest with you. Emily Blunt's a good actress, and she's showing some range here, but
Yeah.
I didn't care for the
I
character.
agree.
I didn't follow the character.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing good. And by the way, her and Killian were in A
Cillian.
Quiet Place. In A Quiet Place 2, which
9.5.
was directed by her.
wow,
husband.
that's true.
Yeah. So I'm at a 9.5.
9.5.
You're at a 9.5?
9.5 also. Fantastic film. I mean,
Yeah, the exploration of this humanity is amazing.
yeah, I think for people who did go and see Barbenheimer, go ahead and
Good.
tell me that you saw both films and you wanted to give it over to Barbie over
Yeah,
this
exactly.
film. Like,
No, but good to participate. Good to participate, and I'm glad. I don't know if they did this on purpose. I'm willing to bet that the studios did, but you guys made an event film. We haven't had
yeah.
an event film in so long. You know, that's awesome.
What did you think of The Blast from a cinematography standpoint?
I
know there was a lot of...
I had a lot of people come up and talk to me.
Yeah, we saw it.
Oh.
No, I had a friend come talk to me, a fellow cinematographer,
Right.
And he was telling me that he was really underwhelmed with like the blast scene
I
because
wasn't.
no, and that's the thing is
Did he know?
it was this weird mix. Yeah, he knew. it was this weird mix of everybody's expecting, especially like when you would see the inserts, and the inserts had sound to them.
You're
The
like,
inserts had
what is it gonna
texture and
be?
the
Yeah.
rumble, and even like the Geiger counter when you would hear at the very beginning of the film when like they're just opening
Yeah.
and all the sounds and noises of and the hum of scientific equipment leading up to this explosion. That when it happens, it's this very odd place, and
Silent.
It's
again,
bigger than life. I mean, it's bigger
again-
than life, and it's taking away the sound so that you're not distracted by the sound.
Exactly.
yeah,
You know,
Not only that,
I'm
he
trying to
also
figure out how to say
replicated
that.
what they witnessed in real life.
right,
Yeah,
right, because there's a
exactly.
time difference
Yeah.
essentially from when it actually goes off. Yeah, it's
Yeah, because I wasn't
extremely
overwhelmed. I
effective.
was just like, what are you guys talking about?
It's extremely
Like,
effective. It's
no,
extremely
and
effective.
again, you know, other people wanted to see the explosion and the rumble, and they wanted the
Houses
explosion to be
fucking-
the monster when really it's
Exactly.
a personal story. It's a personal story about this is what you contributed to, this is what you put your time and energy to. That when they see it, you know, it wasn't about that. It was about
was never about that.
what he accomplished. You know,
Yeah.
seeing from very far away this like faint little like whoa, we made this happen. You know. Something that, like, you know, even when he was pitching it to other scientists, seeing the way
Einstein.
seeing the way he
favorite-
was
my
like trying to
favorite
get the
scene.
best minds, like,
Two of my
we're
favorite
gonna
scenes.
prove a scientific phenomena if you jump on this project. Sure, it's government funded. Sure, it's
It's
gonna be used
sanctioned,
for a bomb, but look at what we're doing. We're doing real like research. We're at the top of the game. I mean, it was incredible to see that, and again, you being left with like, oh, we're gonna take your baby, something that you just did for the love of science, and now it's gonna be used for mass destruction,
Yeah.
and you were the one behind it.
Yeah,
Congrats,
it's
you know?
a commentary on taking
That
the
is
lead
pretty
and
heavy. That is
having
heavy.
somebody like Einstein be like, "I know what this is going to become, dude. Good luck."
You know, I think
You know, having the foresight and,
And it just puts you in that fucking history. Just,
and back to the cinematography for the explosion, just real quick.
no, yeah. I want to hear this.
I think an amateur cinematographer, myself included,
What?
would have made the mistake of trying to really emphasize the explosion and trying to really emphasize those moments. And I think what was beautiful is that the cinematographer knew how to hold back and knew where to place focus.
Yeah.
The focus was meant to be inside. It was on
Yeah.
the people. Even just those little intimate
The
moments where
observation.
you see a frame of Oppenheimer looking out the window and he's just like, wow. And this personal connection with like him and this baby that he's created compared to let's focus on this, you know, because that's what everybody's waiting for. But
Exactly.
no,
Hoyt
it's
van
about
Hoytema,
him.
by the
yeah.
way. Hoyt van Hoytema was the
annoyed me.
cinematographer.
So yeah, no, I think it's beautiful,
Beautiful.
incredible, and then plus, like I said, they really knew how to balance out the textures and everything. That when they wanted to really put people in place of the Robert Downey Jr. scenes for the courtroom drama part, they took us there. They really took us to that place and that authenticity and oh my god, it's beautiful. It's a master class of a film. If you watch it on all accounts, this deserves all
Yeah,
the love
I like
it's
the
going to get.
direction
it
of
also
it.
needs to
Oscars.
be it needs to be consumed multiple times to really analyze.
After hearing this, I guess I have to watch it again.
Oh, yeah. I only saw it the one time, and I regret. Like I probably
Yeah,
I will try to see
yeah.
it one more time before the Oscars because it's just saying so much, not just in the arcs of the story, but cinematically and for cinematic merit. It's
I
really
think
good. I
we,
love that Chris Nolan is
go ahead.
just thinking this way. You know, Chris Nolan is a student of cinema by all intents and
Yeah, dude,
purposes.
I'm
and
starting
he's
to
a,
like Nolan
he's
a
a
lot, too.
champion of cinema, and you know he's obviously been fighting for people to go watch this film and not just this, but his whole career has been go watch films.
Dude, during
in
the middle of the
theaters.
pandemic, he was telling people go watch Tenet in the theaters,
Yeah.
and it's like,
And
I'm
I
liking Nolan.
mean, he's a champion of cinema. He's a champion
The way
for
he
original
talks, man,
storytelling.
it's
He's
so
also
beautiful.
very grounded. He's also very grounded. Like he said,
Exactly.
some of his favorite films are the Fast and the Furious films.
Yeah, did
you
you
know,
see that?
he's just a grounded dude, and I love his approach to storytelling, and I think he's got a unique thing, and again, he's gonna go up and make scaleful films with budgets, with resources, and still ground them in the human
And he's
condition.
still relatively young, so he's
Yeah, he's gonna be one of the guys that's gonna draw, people back to the cinemas, and it's going to push cinema forward. I mean, I'm really excited.
Does
for
he
that.
collaborate with like other big names? No.
In what sense?
You know how Marty with I don't know Linklater. I don't know.
You mean Spielberg?
You know, something like that. I don't know.
I-
Does he like
I
collaborate?
I don't think so. I think he's kind of gone this. Dude, he writes most of his films with his brother. You know,
See, I like that.
he stays pretty grounded. I don't
Close
think.
to home. Yeah, it's interesting. I really didn't hear a whole lot
I think
about.
his dad wrote one of his screenplays recently. I'm not even kidding, but yeah. He's pretty grounded.
It was
dude.
even interesting hearing about like Cillian Murphy and how much he like goes and he'll act and do these roles.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of goes home, and that's like a job for him, like a day job. Like, hey, I did that, and now I'm like, I'm
He doesn't
gonna go
even
home.
know most of the memes that are about him.
Right,
He
right.
doesn't even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I will say we got a little bit of time left. I'm gonna point something out that I don't know if you guys agree with the sentiment.
Let's see.
Underrated aspect of the film: Matt Damon. Matt Damon did fucking amazing in
Oh,
this
yeah.
role.
The
I
general,
got
right?
I got
Yeah.
lost in that performance. I didn't see Matt Damon in that role. I really didn't. I thought it was a great little role. The only thing I'll compare it to relatively is Ford v Ferrari, because he had a similar. I mean, it was a
Yeah, he had a little
kind
role.
of
He had-
twang, Texas twang thing.
Exactly.
But this role was fantastic, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. Again, I don't think there's bad casting in this film at all. But Matt Damon is I think, he's one of my favorite actors. But certainly in this film, I think
But he doesn't
he was
overshadow.
he was
Robert.
a puzzle piece. He was a puzzle piece to help tell a story, and an important puzzle piece at
Oh,
that. He's
they-
basically
they
the
used,
recruiter.
Yeah.
He's
They used a lot
basically-
of his dialogue for the marketing of the film. Where
Yeah.
it's like, wait, what are we creating? And
Yeah.
then they like cut to him.
Also, he's kind of like I said, he's the recruiter, so he's serving as a catalyst for the picture, and he knows what he's doing. He knows he's a military sergeant or captain or whatever he is.
Yeah, he's always trying to play this like distant role. Like, I'll only get close enough to you to really
I don't know what you're doing. I just know that you can do what we're wanting.
and I know what we need.
Yeah, so it's a pretty interesting role, pretty interesting supporting role.
What about Robert Downey's?
I mean, he was
saying that
the
he's gonna-
antagonist until he wasn't, right? I mean, it's an interesting form. It's an interesting form, and again, it's one of those things where present it to the audience and see what side you decide to take on this. But I don't know. Is he a villain? It's very interesting. It's a very complex character, and it's a real character. It's somebody who actually existed in history. And
No, he
comparatively, I compare his character to De Niro's character in Killers of the Flower Moon. He's driving things forward in the
yeah,
negative
he's pushing
connotation.
them
He's
to a
pretending to
direction.
be the innocent one.
Yeah.
He's pretending to be the righteous one in this situation, and he really isn't. There is no righteous one in this situation. Everybody's fucked in this
At the end of
situation.
the day,
Yeah.
Wrap up question. What do we think it's going to win? It's up for editing, Austin. Do you feel like it's going to get editing?
No.
We haven't gotten to your...
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Killers.
No, Thelma. Sorry.
Yeah.
Why not Oppenheimer? It was extremely cohesive, and it's hard to do, right?
I just preferred what Thelma did on Killers.
Okay.
I
Mixing
think it's more
three
of a
different
preference thing. Yeah.
I listed what I think it's going to win. I don't think it's going to win Best
Director-
Picture. I think it's going to win Director,
Actor.
cinematography. I'm still in
Actor
between.
for sure.
Actor for sure. Supporting actor for Downey as well.
Actress.
Production design, no. Costume design, no.
Production design, maybe, because they always usually go towards period pieces.
And they did build.
Exactly.
They built the town again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's pretty interesting.
Just because it's going up against Barbie and Barbie.
What about score? I remember the score for this one a lot.
It's a pretty epic score.
Nolan has a lot of really good
It
scores.
wasn't Hans. It was Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, right?
Oh,
Or no, who was it? Who did it?
really quick for sound. I thought
Yeah,
I remember
I
a lot of
think
little
sound.
things sound.
It was Ludwig.
Oh, Ludwig. Yeah.
Oh, the only one I think we put above sound, and we'll talk about it later. Another film that's up on this list.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Oppenheimer, terrific picture. It's
Fantastic.
going to be the talk of the town,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Oscars, and the most nominations.
it'll
rightfully
probably sweep a lot.
It'll probably sweep.
I think it's between this one and Killers. It's gonna.
Unfortunately,
We'll see.
I disagree. I don't think Killers is going to
Next
get
film
the love. I
on
don't
the
think
list.
Yeah.
Which one's the next one?